Shalom, give no praise unto Yahweh Shemashai Bashem Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone. And honor you brothers to be pushing this truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. And above our body are coming out here to give you this truth for the grace and mercy of Yahweh Shemashai Bashem Kodash. Giving no praise unto Yahweh Shemashai Bashem Kodash. It's going to be a very quick lesson. I'm going to title this lesson something to the effect of, these women ain't real women. Something to that effect. And what we see through the scriptures, man, is that the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shemashai, has put a curse upon the Israelite man. See, when we went off from following the law, statutes, and his commandments, the Most High put a curse upon us. See, we was his glory, all right? And the man's glory, as we see from the scriptures, is the woman. So as we went away from the Most High, so did our women. And what we have left is something that's not a woman, man. Okay, yeah, the features, the feminine features are there, right? The hair is there if you're lucky, all right? And the anatomy is there. But the reality of the situation is when you come down onto the psychology, okay, and the way this individual moves, this is not how the women of the past moved, okay? The ancient woman smelled good, right? She was feminine. And the thing about a feminine woman is you feel more masculine, you feel more relaxed. Now, let's look at it from a androgen perspective, which just simply means your hormones, right? Let's look at your hormones and how your manly hormones function as a man, right? What makes you more manly? Does a stressful environment make you more manly? No, the stressful environment doesn't make you more manly. It does the opposite. When your stress levels go up, your testosterone goes down, you feel like a bitch ass nigga, man. And that should explain the condition of the so-called Negro, Hispanic, and Native American man and the Israelites scattered throughout the four corners of the earth at large. That should explain to you why we are, or why we find ourselves in this broken state that we find ourselves. And that's because the Most High put that curse, man. Right? He took our women, remixed them, and basically made her into something that's gonna be very antagonistic and was gonna break you down, man. All right. That's the curse that befell the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, man. All right, the Israelites at large, man. And there's no two ways about it. These women ain't women, man. When the kingdom comes and we got the power and we could put them into submission, of which that's a key component in having a woman, right? The man's the head of the household. That's within the scriptures. Just like how Yahweh Shai is the head of the church, so too is a man the head of his own household. That's why he's literally called Father, Abba. Abba means the strength of the household. It stands to reason the person that's got the most organization skills, planning skills, not like you see on the TV, man. And not like these new age Israelites out here that have been raised by their mother. I'm talking about a traditional man, right? Old school man. Okay, kind of like the fathers that I grew up under. Okay, right? My uncles, you know, my uncles, right? So-called family friends that you'd interact with, and you say, hold on a minute, how comes his household functions better than our household? How comes his children have come out to be very successful, but the children of his household have, for all intents and purposes, failed? Why? Because the strength of the household was put in a position of strength. Okay, you don't put the engine and you take the engine and use it as the transmission. That's not going to work out for you. You don't take that's not to say the engine has to glory over, you know, to glory over the transmission, but it's got its purpose. Okay, I mean, that's the most important thing. It's got its purpose. The whole thing functions together to do something. And that's how a family's supposed to be looked at. A family's supposed to be looked at as a business, right? The man's not independent of that business, but he's the head of that business. And this is what this is what this modern day society basically teaches you, how that you could be equal in a business type scenario. And a family is a business. You look at it from a business perspective, then you're gonna see things much clearer, man. Here did you go to work and somebody gives you an instruction, but you come home, you gotta make lifelong decisions, and you gotta make it as equals. It's like, hold on a minute, that's not what happens in a business environment. So how comes here where the stakes are higher, we got to do this 50-50 nonsense. That's not how the Most High intended it. Deuteronomy the 28th chapter on the 54th verse, so that the man that is tender and delicate among you, his eye shall be evil towards his brother, and towards his wife of his bosom, and towards the remnant of his children. Now, that's not really what I wanted. 56, I wanted the tender and delicate woman. Okay, tender and delicate. Yes, the Negro woman one day in the past and one day in the future was tender and delicate, right? Feminine. And there is such a thing as feminine charm, man. There is such a thing as the femininity of a woman. And I know you don't see it amongst these Negro women. More so, that's why you see Negroes, black men, so-called black men, they have a tendency to go for the Hispanic woman because she got a lot more femininity. And you see it on YouTube, and they do the little, breakdowns and say, oh, why is the black man going to the Hispanic woman? And the Hispanic woman straight up says, yeah, I just submit. I submit. Okay. Now, ultimately, the whole nation's jacked up, but the Negro woman seems to be the worst because she's neither tender, she's not a tenderoni, and she's not delicate, man. That goes back to the curses, the Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter on 56th verse. The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot for delicateness, right? She wouldn't put her foot on the ground for delicateness. That's how tender and delicate. And you go around these Elamite women. I've been around Elamite women, man. They're tender, man. They're delicate. Very feminine. It drives you insane, man. That drives you crazy. Okay, you women out here trying to figure out how to get a man. Look, man, just be feminine. Just be a woman. I mean, it makes sense, doesn't it? If you're a woman, then obviously if a man walks past you and you're embracing your femininity, then he's going to be attracted. I mean, it's going to be simple, man. Okay, her eye shall be evil towards her husband, right, of her bosom, and towards her son, and towards her daughter. And this is what we're seeing throughout the four corners of the earth. Just that rough, just that, you can see it in her eyes, man. That just, just that, There's nothing sweet about this woman. And a woman could be very sweet. And when she's sweet, ooh. Proverbs 14:1. Every wise woman buildeth her house, but a foolish woman plucketh it down with her hands. Okay? And we saw an example of that. Right? She's basically been put at the helm of the power seat, so to speak. And she's broken this whole family down. Right? The son wants to be agenda zero. Okay, the son wants to be agenda zero. Right? And so does the daughter. This whole family's jacked up, man. Which the Most High is going to destroy this whole family. All right. A foolish woman is clamorous, meaning she's loud. She's simple, knoweth nothing. She sitteth at the door of the house, on the seat in the high places of the city. Right, to call the passenger who goes to the right on her ways. Whoso is simple, let him turn hither. And as for him that wanteth understanding, she saith to him, let's view the chapter. If we lost, no, we lost relevance there. Sorry, Salakia. A foolish woman is clamorous and simple and knoweth nothing. Okay, let's go to the next precept. Ecclesiasticus 25:16. I'd rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman. And you see this woman. Now, one thing I noticed, right, if you see her with Will, she's always got that look for the most part, that just vacant. And you gotta be now I'm gonna say something, man. You gotta be able to discern spirits by way of, because the eyes convey the soul, man. You can see demons in some of these people's eyes. Okay, you can see some demons in some of these people's eyes, man. Okay, you can see some demons, but if you notice, she's got that real rough look, right? That real rough look. You can even suggest that she's pulling away, right? When you see her with my man Augustine, oh, I lost it. She's all smiles, man. That's hella demonic. Okay, when she's with Augustine, let me see if I can find a picture real quick, because I seen it earlier. Now I noticed certain things like that. Now, she used to be all smiles back in the day, right? But let's see if I can. Look at that. It's like a completely different woman. It's like a completely different woman, man. I'd rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman. Oh, there's another precept. The beauty of a woman cheers the countenance, and a man loveth nothing. And we ain't got that, man. We do not have that. We don't have that sweetness, man, of a feminine woman around us. We don't have that because the Most High has removed that from us. But you know what? It's all right. It's okay. She that is my enemy shall see it. Okay? She that is my enemy shall see it. Right? When the men of the Lord are risen up, these women are going to see, man. They're going to see who the men of the Lord are. Okay? They're going to see. And the Most High is going to give us them, you know, these women that he's been hiding from us, because there's a lot of Jake out there hidden away amongst these heathens. You're like, yo, man, what's wrong with our women? No, the Most High has preserved women, man. He's preserved women all over the world. And we're going to see them. And I personally have seen this. Like certain cultures, you think, oh, that's a Elamite, or that's a Korean or whatever, but it's a Jake. The Most High just put them amongst those cultures to preserve the to preserve the goodness until the time of the men of the Lord take over the world. We ain't gonna take these rough women. We're gonna take them soft women. Anyways, that's the video. With that, I'm gonna say all praise unto Yahweh, outside watching Dash double honors unto the apostles, a great millstone, and honors your brothers that be pushing this truth in sincerity. Shalom.